But at least compared to last 1 year, at least FPI outflows have abated, and this is a positive sign.
Right. Okay. Great to have you then on the show today. Thank you so much for your time and, speaking with us with your views.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, let's move on and let's discuss where the markets have settled in at before we welcome on board our next speaker. And it's still, pretty quiet. And I mean, to think of it, we've actually recovered and covered ground right now. We started off a little bit soft. The Asian screen was indicating that we're going to fall in line, but that's really not quite the case, because after that marginally soft start, we've actually recovered ground and we are just, holding our head above water there, or at least attempting so. What's actually looking up? JSW Steel, Geofinance, there's Shriram, there's Tata Consumer, and Reliance has seen a recovery of about 1%. I guess that's what's mirroring on the index too. Other than that, there's Bajaj Auto, Tata Motors, Hero MotoCorp, Trend. IndusInd Bank is now higher by almost 0.5%. That too was quite a story because it started off gap down, covered ground, and now it's only building up further from there. Yes, the one segment which continues to be under pressure, it's IT. L&T is also flat ahead of its numbers later today, and ICICI Bank is down by about 0.5%, and BEL too is lower by roughly about 1% as we speak right now. But Dharmesh Shah as well joins in on the show from ICICI Direct. Dharmesh, what is it that you're making of the resilience on the index today, as opposed to what our global peers are up to?
Yeah, good morning, Aisha. Yes, definitely. I think so. The market, after the series of lower top, lower bottom formation, and yesterday extended the corrections after breaching 50-day moving average and lower band of the rising channel. I think so. Market seems to be moving into the oversold territory. I think so. If you look at the stochastics, the reading coming towards 17. I think so. Market should see some bit of a supportive efforts in this range of 24,500 to 24,600. The reason being, if you look at the chart from the medium term perspective, since May 2025, we had a gap up opening, and exactly the market seems to be finding the gap area as a strong support, which is in the range of 24,300 to 24,700. So I think so 24,500 should be the strong support for the Nifty. Maybe in terms of resilience, I doubt it's a resilience, because it's clearly, I think so, after the oversold territory, you see some bit of a technical pullback happening in the market. But for any meaningful pullback, I think so Nifty need to close above the previous day high, which was not yet visible since last so many days. So I think so 24,900 is something the immediate resistance for the Nifty. Going short at this point of time could be a bit of a risk, because market has been into oversold. So minor pullback or some bit of a positive news can trigger some bit of a short covering in the market. So since we are moving into the expiry week, we expect Nifty to see a strong support in this range of 24,500 to 600, and should see initial pullback towards 24,850 to 24,900. So it's more of a trading range, short-term trading range, but waiting what should be the better way to look at for the market, because we see some bit of a profit booking maybe in the month of September.
That's the take on the benchmark indices. But Dharmesh, also help us with your take on Reliance, because after 8 consecutive days of fall today, we are seeing almost a % jump on big boy Reliance. Do you believe that more is yet to come, and can Reliance really take the Nifty higher as well?
Yes, definitely. If you look at the market from the Reliance from the long-term perspective, I think so the stock seems to have seen good movement from 1150 to almost 1550. What we see right now is nothing but a retracement happening of this major rally. 1360, 1370 remains to be the strong support for the Reliance, which we expect to hold in this current corrective phase. And eventually, I think so Reliance should go into a strong base formation here in this range of 1370 to 1440, 1450. Post that, we could see a next leg of upside for the Reliance. So the investors who are looking from the medium term perspective, I think so this is a good level to enter from the portfolio perspective. But from the trading perspective, it could be more of a trading pullback right now happening in the Reliance.
So we see positive upside in Reliance, 1397. and we do remember the result weak for Reliance, and after that the weak scenarios, and the experts also at that point in time explained how we can find an opportunity and in that dip, and from there we see a positive up move in Reliance at present. But Dharmesh, good morning. Take a look at the real estate sector, and at present real estate is the top performing sector in the market, and also in real estate Lodha, Macrotech developers, the stock on a technical chart front, we see 3.5% up move. Now, there are news flows which will help the stock in particular on a fundamental basis. The company targets 17,000 crore worth of residential projects by FY26. But on a technical level, what's your view on Macrotech level developers?
The overall real estate index has seen a good correction of almost 9% from the top, the near term. And what we believe, I think, so what is happening right now in most of this real estate stock is more from technical pullback. Lot of news flows floating right now in terms of real estate of slowdown or a layoff in IT. I think so could put a pressure on the real estate sector. But we believe, I think so, the medium term perspective, it looks more positive. I think so. Maybe in the near term, we can see some bit of a profit booking, maybe more on the result specific news happening right now. But medium term perspective is definitely Lodha again 1140, 1150 remains to be the very strong support for Lodha. Maybe in the near term we can see some bit of a consolidation, but from the medium term perspective, one can definitely look at from the portfolio perspective with a target of around 1340, 1350.
And Dharmesh, any stock ideas you would want to give our viewers?
Too difficult to see a stock idea in such a volatile market, but yes, definitely I think so. Pharma as a space looks more positive right now to be into, where Cipla is something which we like. I think so. If you look at the Cipla chart from the monthly perspective, and 9 months of consolidation breakout is happening for Cipla. Also, good sets of numbers are also supporting in terms of price performance. If you look, Cipla is one stock one can definitely look out for a target of around 1650, keeping a stop loss of 1515. So Cipla is something which we like from the medium term perspective.
Cipla, that's the top call within the pharma pack. Dharmesh, thanks so much for your time today. Okay, let's take a very quick break.